Good afternoon to everyone. Okay, we'll wait another minute so everyone will join. Okay, after that we'll start the class. Okay, yesterday we have discussed about the introduction. Okay, why civil engineering is important and what are the basic necessities of life, food, shelter, and clothing. Okay, next general introduction to civil engineering and some disciplines of civil engineering we have discussed in the last class. Okay, we'll discuss today the remaining topics. Okay, yesterday we have discussed construction engineering, structural engineering. Okay, and the software that is used. Not only one software, there are number of softwares. Okay, this is one of the software ANSYS. Okay, geotechnical engineering, which deals with soil. Okay, structural engineering that deals with the components of a building. Okay, design of a component and analysis of that component. Okay, and environmental engineering. Okay, how water is conserved and that sent to treatment plant and how that treated water is sent to us. Okay, that all will be discussed. That all we deal with the environmental engineering. Okay, next we'll see this one. Okay, transportation engineering. Okay, we'll see transportation engineering next, and we have discussed about this water resource engineering and irrigation engineering and hydraulics. Okay, okay, these are the other disciplines of environmental engineering. Okay, in environmental engineering again it is divided into various parts. Okay, first one, drinking water treatment. Okay, before that, water quality assessment. Okay, we should do water quality assessment. Okay, in rivers. Okay, in rivers or dams or reservoirs, any water. Okay, above the water and below the water. Below the water means ground well. Okay, wells, bore wells. Okay, groundwater. First, we should test the quality of water in the lab. Okay. After that, we'll get a conclusion that it can be used for drinking purpose or not. Okay. After that, if it is not suitable for drinking purpose, then it should be treated. Okay. Another stream is drinking water treatment. Okay. After that, consumption of water. Okay, in our houses, the waste water is left into drains. Okay, through the drains, that wastewater is carried to wastewater treatment. Okay, everything is interlinked. What is this solid waste disposal? The wet waste and the dry waste that is coming from our home. Okay, the both is the both wet waste and the dry waste, both is called a solid waste disposal. Okay, it should be separated. Okay, wet waste should be dumped in one basket. Okay, and dry waste should be disposed in another basket, and the two baskets should be given to the municipality persons. Okay, they will dispose separately both the dry waste and wet waste. Okay, and they take that waste to the outskirts of the city, and they will dispose there. Okay, that comes under solid waste disposal. Okay, hazardous waste management. Okay, chemical factories. Okay, chemical factories releases number of waste. Okay, that comes under hazardous waste. Okay, how to dispose that one? Okay, next groundwater pollution. How this groundwater pollution is occurring? Okay, how this groundwater pollution is occurring? Next chemical risk assessment. Okay, next environmental regulations, environmental chemistry, ecosystem. Okay, next hydrology. Hydrology means that deals with water. Okay, mass balances. Okay, these this and all comes under environmental engineering. Okay, next transportation engineering. Okay, everyday life transport is a need. Okay, it is a compulsory thing for us. If you want to travel from one place to another place with a smooth, okay, very smoothly, what we require, a smooth road. Okay, if the road is very undulated, what will happen? The journey will be difficult. If the road is having potholes, okay, potholes, what will happen? The journey will become somewhat difficult. So transportation is first place. We should give a first place if we are traveling from one place to another place. Okay, highway should be good. Highway must be good. Okay, if you are traveling in a train, a track is the main important thing. Okay, in ports, okay, ports also must be built by the transportation engineer. Okay, next airports, runways. Okay, these all should be designed by the transportation engineer. Okay, next it works on building and maintaining roads, canals, highways, railway system, airports and ports. Okay, next the principle is to plan, functional, design, operation and management facilities for any mode of transportation. Okay, everything should have a planning. Okay, design. Okay, next it's operation and management facilities. Okay, every day there will be a number of trains coming into the railway station. Okay, they are operating very effectively. Okay, without any clash of one train to another train. Okay, sometimes there may be accidents. Okay, but they are maintaining every day. Okay, and they are managing every day. Okay, not only trains, ports, airports, these and all. Okay, there should be plan, design, operation and management. Okay, next in order to provide the safe, efficient, economical, environmental, comfortable movement of people and goods transport. Okay, this transportation engineering provides safe, efficient and economical and environmental comfortable movement of people. Okay, it is safe. Okay, if we go in our limits, it will be very safe. Okay, if you use public transport, it will be very efficient. Okay, next it is very economical. Okay, if a road is very smooth, what will happen? You will have a comfortable journey. Okay, cost of fuel will also reduce. If you are having a damaged road, what will happen? The cost of the traveling will become more. So it will not become economical. Okay. So for traveling from one place to another place, this transportation engineering is very important. Okay. You see, the transportation engineering is again divided into tunnel engineering, traffic engineering, highway pavement design, okay, railway engineering, airport and harbor engineering, and road alignment. Okay. In as usual, these and all MTech topics. Okay, tunnel engineering, traffic engineering, okay, divided into different types of engineering. Okay, but a civil engineer will do all the branches. Okay. Next. Okay, these are the flyovers. This is yesterday we have completed this hydraulics, water resource and irrigation engineering. Okay, water is stored by using by constructing a dam or a reservoir. Okay, like that we built the structures and store water, use that water for the future purpose. Okay, when there is a drought conditions, at that time it will be very helpful. Next, remote sensing and GIS. Okay, geographical information system. What is mean by this remote sensing and GIS? Okay, remote sensing is a science of obtaining information of about objects or areas from a distance, typically from aircraft or satellites. Okay, every day you are using your mobile, you are having a map in your mobile. Okay, how that map is coming? Okay, how that map is updated in your mobile? Okay, every day you are using your not if you're traveling far places, you don't know where that place is, you just type that place in the map and you get the directions. Okay, how you are getting that information? The reason is remote sensing. Okay, what this remote sensing will do, what this remote sensing and GIS will do? Okay, first we'll see this one and I will explain that one. A geographical information system is a system designed to capture, store, manipulate, analyze, manage, and present all type of spatial and geographical data. Okay. In this remote sensing and GIS, okay, around the Earth, every day 24 satellites are revolving for getting that information. Okay, for your location, for every 1 hour, one satellite will come and go. Okay, that will be revolving around the Earth 24 hours. Okay, what that satellite is doing? It is taking the images of the Earth. Okay, now also it will be revolving around the Earth. Okay, what that will do? That will take the images of the Earth. Okay, in remote sensing, that will take images of the Earth from the space. Okay, after that, what will happen? That information is sent to the Earth. Okay, then GIS will come into effect. What geographical information system will do? That will capture, store, manipulate, analyze, and manage. Okay, and present all type of spatial data. After doing all this process, our map is generated. Okay, after all this information, after all this gathering of information is done and analyze, then our map is got ready. Okay, now how now you came to know how your maps came in your mobile. Okay, there is a huge process. Okay, satellites are giving pictures of the Earth, and then GIS is analyzing that pictures and converting into maps. Okay, it is a vast subject. Okay, next you see, remote sensing is again divided into surface modeling, land cover sensors, data analysis, image processing, digitalization, data extraction. Okay, this all covers the if this all process is done, then our map will be get ready. Okay. First, what will happen? The sensor will cover the entire Earth. Okay. After that, what will happen? Then you will go to data analysis. After that, image processing. After that, digitalization. After that, data extraction. After the surface modeling, we got our map. Okay, this is the process how we are getting maps in our mobile. Okay, this is how remote sensing helps. Okay, next surveying. Okay, if you want to measure any land, okay, if you want to measure any road, okay, if you want to measure how the ships uh, how the ships are traveling in the ocean, okay, that length, okay, that length is measured in nautical miles. Okay, these all measurements, okay, is measured by the survey. Okay, not only this, the height of the objects, the height of a hill, okay, height of anything can be directly measured by this surveying. Okay, we'll see. Surveying is to determine the positions of points on, above, or below the surface of the earth by means of direct or indirect measurements of distances, elevations, and directions. Okay, there are number of instruments, okay, that will calculate the points on the earth. Okay, above the earth. Above the earth means if you are standing near a hill, okay, the hill is above the earth. Okay, or if you are calculating a top of a tower, if you are calculating the height of the tower, okay, that top end of the tower is above the surface of the earth. Okay, what is below the surface of the earth? What do you mean by this below the surface of the earth? What is mean by this below the surface of the earth? If you are standing on top of a hill, okay, if you are digging a bore well, okay, if you want to dig the bore well, okay, at what depth the water is present, okay, this can be given by a surveyor. Okay, the earth by means of direct and indirect measurements of distances, elevations, and directions. Direct and indirect measurements. Okay, next it is the process of analyzing and recording the characteristics of a landscape to help design a plan or map for construction. Okay, it helps, surveying helps in analyzing and recording the characteristics of a landscape. Okay, if you are watching a hill, okay, by using the surveying, you can record that hill data and you can store in the computer. Okay, what is the height of the hill? Okay, what are the characteristics of the hill can be created in the computer. Okay, so if there is a landslide, okay, if there is a landslide, okay, how much landslide happened? These all data can be measured by using this survey. Okay, if you are constructing your own house, okay, if you are constructing your own house, you need a plan. Okay, what should be the length of the, what is the length of the house, what is the width of the house, okay, what is the height of the house? These and all can be calculated by using this survey. Okay, next we'll see, you see how the height of a hill can be calculated. Here, wait, here, you see here, instrument is placed. Okay, by using this instrument, okay, we can find this angle. Okay, you can see there is an angle. Okay, you can see we can shift this instrument here. Okay, we can shift this instrument here, place here, and we can see the top of the edge of the hill. So we can get these angles by using the instruments. Okay, Instrument gives these angles. Okay, and placing these angles and the lens in the formulas, we get the height of the hill. Okay, very simple process. Or if you have a nowadays more technology has came. Okay, there is an instrument called total station. Okay, which can measure directly the height of the hill. Okay, no need these calculations and all. Okay, there is an instrument called total station that will calculate directly the height of the hill. Okay. Next, urban engineering. What is this urban engineering? Okay, nowadays people are coming from villages and settling in towns, cities. Okay, so more congestion. Okay, less place, more number of people. Okay, nowadays what they are doing? They are preferring multi-storied buildings. Okay, multi-storied buildings. Okay, if less place, more number of people, what happens? Okay, what happens? More water is required. Okay, drainages should be big. Okay, drainages should be big. Next, disposal of solid waste management, disposal of disposal, and there should be a public parks. Okay, for enjoyment purpose. Okay, this urban engineering will deals with all these topics. Okay, you see, it primarily focus on designing, constructing, and maintaining roads. Okay, more number of people will be there, so there should be good roads and water supply network. So if more number of people are there, so more water should be available. Okay, it should be brought from somewhere through pipelines, and they should supply to the people in the cities. Okay, so huge process. There should be sufficient sewerage system also. Okay, if a apartment is there, okay, more wastewater will be coming from that apartment. Okay, so good drainage system should be available. Okay, designing of all these components comes under this urban engineering. Okay, there should be a public park. Okay, next it analyzes. Okay, it analyzes and helps to find solution to problems generally encountered in urban areas. Okay, this urban engineering will analysis. Okay, will do analysis and helps to find a solution to problems generally encountered in urban areas. Okay, what are the problems that generated in urban areas? Okay, just think once. What are the problems that will generate? Okay, for example, if you are staying in a apartment, okay, main problem, what is this main problem? If good water supply is not there, what will happen? Okay, if you're in your apartment, there are 100 people. Okay, what is the first major problem that encounters? Okay, if old people are there, they should find some lift to go for 5th floor. Okay, there should be sufficient lift. Okay, if one lift is there, okay, if 100 people want to go to top, how much time it will take? Okay, this all will comes under this urban engineering. Okay, that is a small problem. Okay, just I'm taking as example and saying. Okay, if no river is there near your town or city, what will happen if no river is there? Where should these drainage water will go? Okay, that is another problem. Drainage facility, another problem. Okay, where should that wastewater should be disposed? Okay, that the topics and all will comes under this urban engineering. Okay, next we'll see. You see, in 1856, this is a New York. Okay, in 2019, okay, it is a beautiful New York place. Okay, Dubai, it is a changes. It changes because of urbanization. Okay, very less space, but more development have done there. Okay, that will be done by this urban engineering. Okay, next we'll see coastal engineering. Coastal engineering takes into consideration the demand for construction in and around the coastal areas. Okay, what is mean by this coastal engineering? The consideration the demands for construction in coastal areas. Okay, near the coastal areas, our Nellore is very near to coastal area. Yeah, right. Nellore is very near to coastal region. Okay, at that place this coastal engineering will be useful. Okay, the construction work will primarily focus protecting the coastal areas against erosion and flooding. Okay, what is mean by this erosion? Okay, if a huge wind came, okay, if a huge wind came, okay, for example, take some powder. Okay, take some powder, go to the top of the terrace and place it on the top. Okay, a huge wind came, what happens? The powder will get the powder will flow away. Okay, example of erosion is that one. Okay, example of erosion. If a soil is there, okay, if a huge wind came, what will happen? The top layer of the soil, the top layer of the good soil will get eroded. Okay, what is mean by flooding? Okay, in your area, if a river is there, more huge number of rain came, what happens? The river will be very full. Okay, that water will come into your home also. Okay, that is flooding. Okay, in northern regions floods are very common. Okay, if you observe northern regions, floods are very common. Okay, soil erosion means the top layer of the soil, rich top layer of the soil will get eroded by wind. Okay, by wind. Okay, in this coastal, these are the coastal regions and how it is developed. Okay, the coastal region is protected by using stones. Okay, the coastal regions are protected by using stones. You see here how the stones are placed along the coastal line. Okay, if the waves comes also, the coast will not get damaged. Okay, eroded. Okay, the coast will not get eroded. Next we'll see earthquake engineering. Okay, mostly earthquakes occurs in the northern regions. Okay, how Himalayas are formed? Because of these earthquakes. Okay, because of these earthquakes only Himalayas are formed. Okay, firstly there are two regions. Okay, like this. Okay, assume there are two regions. Okay, when an earthquake came, both this region and this region got collided with each other. Okay, collided with each other. Okay, and at that time what happened? After collision, the hills are formed. That is how, just I'm briefly saying how Himalayas are formed. Okay, because of these earthquakes. Okay, next it design and test structure to ensure they are earthquake resistant. Okay, in earthquake engineering, what they will do? They will design and test structure to ensure that they are earthquake resistant. Okay, okay, you see, if there is a small object, okay, if there is a small object, push that one, what will happen? Nothing will happen. Okay, if a long object is there, okay, if you push that one, what will happen? It will get vibrate. Okay, you will get vibrated in both directions. Correct? Okay, when earthquake came, the multi-story building will also get vibrated. You see here, the building is getting vibrated when earthquake is occurring. Okay, you see this is the building position during vibration. Okay, this is the building position during vibrations. This one and this one. This is a building position during vibrations. Okay, vibrations. Okay, by using sufficient dampers, okay, what will happen? The building will get less vibrated. Okay, these are the instruments, okay, that will reduce the shaking of the building. Not only dampers, there are many equipments that are provided for the building to get earthquake resistant building. Okay, okay, just go to Chrome and type what are the dampers. Okay, you will find different types of dampers, okay, that are protecting the building from earthquake. Okay, you see here, during earthquake, when no damper is provided, the building shaking is more. Okay, after providing damper, what happens? You see, the building shaking is very less. Okay, wait, the distance, you see general, you see the distance between the both lines. Okay, the distance between this line and this line, this line and this line, these are the buildings. Okay, these are the buildings. Okay, the shaking will reduce. Okay, this is all about earthquake engineering. Okay, these can be measured in softwares also. Okay, there are different softwares, SAP, ETABS. Okay, that deals with the earthquake engineering. Okay, next, okay, these are all the disciplines of civil engineering. Okay, if anything missing, we'll see again. Yeah, construction engineering. Okay, structural engineering that deals with the components of a building, geotechnical engineering that deals with the soil, environmental engineering that deals with the water treatment and wastewater treatment and solid waste disposal. Okay, transportation engineering that deals with the roads, um, highways, railways, airports, and ports. Okay, that deals with that one. Next, water resource engineering that deals with dams, reservoirs. Okay, that will store water. Okay, and that water is used in the future purpose, used for future purpose. And surveying and remote sensing that prepare the maps. Okay, that will prepare the topographical details of the earth. Okay, these are the different disciplines of civil engineering. Okay, in this, how questions will be asked. Okay, what is civil engineering? Okay, first question, what is the civil engineering? And second question, what is structural engineering? What is geotechnical engineering? What is environmental engineering? Okay, these are all the questions. Okay, important questions. Okay, write down these all questions regarding these disciplines of civil engineering. Okay, if you study this one, you can write any question they have asked. Okay, next next topic is types of buildings. Okay, wait. Introduction to types of buildings as per NBC, National Building Code. Okay, National Building Code is prepared to unify the building regulations throughout the country. Okay, throughout India, if a building is constructed, okay, the building regulations are according to National Building Code. Okay, National Building Code is prepared by Bureau of Indian Standards. Okay, Bureau of Indian Standards will prepare the rules and regulations. Okay, next, first version is published in 1970. Okay, first book of NBC, National Building Code, is published in 1970. Okay, again it is revised in 1983. Okay, the latest edition is 2005. Okay, again it is revised in 2016. Okay, these are the details about National Building Code. And who will be prepared that one? Bureau of Indian Standards. Okay, next, what are the different types of buildings? Okay, the classification is based on occupancy. How many members are staying in that building? Okay, these are classified accordingly on occupancy, based on occupancy. Okay, group A deals with residential buildings. Okay, all residential buildings where people are cooking their food, okay, taking shelter, will comes under this residential building. Okay, what is this educational building? Okay, our college is the best example of educational building. Okay, next, institutional building, a hospital. A hospital is the best example of institutional building. Okay, assembly building. Okay, assembly building means more number of people are gathering there. Example, our assembly. Okay, where CM, ministers and all will gather. That is the assembly building. Okay, not only that one, theater is also assembly building. Okay, functional is also a assembly building. Okay, next, business building. What is mean by this business building? Okay, where transaction of money or any material takes place. Okay, that is a business building. Next, mercantile building. Mercantile building, you all know, sir, and you are very interested about that building. What is that building? That is malls. Okay, CMR malls. Okay, like that. That malls are all comes under mercantile buildings. Next, industrial buildings. Okay, where a material is manufactured. Okay, example, our mobile or laptops. Okay, these all will be manufactured in a building. Okay, particular building. That building is an industrial building. Okay, every material that is manufactured, okay, that place is known as an industrial building. Okay, not only mobile, laptop, everything that is manufactured, that place is industrial building. Next, storage building. Storage building means, okay, a farmer, okay, will cultivate the land and food and rice will be okay, rice will be what sorry, పండించడం అంటే ఏమంటారు బా, రైస్. Okay, leave that. Okay, he will store at one place. Okay, okay, he will store at one place. Okay, after rice came to his hands, what happens? Okay, immediately it will not get sold. Okay, immediately it will not get sold, so he has to store at some place. Okay, example, the not cold storages, warehouses. Okay, warehouses. In warehouses they will store everything. Okay, godowns. Okay, for near every village there will be one godown. Okay, what is this cold storage will come when we are storing a material that is degradable material. Example, a fish, vegetables. Okay, these all will store in a cold storage. Why? If you keep fish outside, okay, it will degrade. Okay, it will degrade. So where we should keep fish? We should keep fish in a cold storages. Okay, next, hazardous building. Okay, you are very interested